She made the world laugh, but behind that laughter was a woman who silently carried pain, passion, and a deep longing for the few things that truly mattered to her. Today, we uncover the 6 things Lucille Ball loved with all her heart. Things that defined her, broke her, and ultimately kept her going. You think you knew Lucille? Think again. Before we dive into video, please subscribe our channel. Lucille Ball was born on August 6, 1911, in Jamestown, New York. Her childhood was not easy. When she was only 3 years old, her father died from typhoid fever. This event left a deep scar on her heart. After his death, her family struggled both emotionally and financially. Her mother had to work several jobs to support the family, so Lucille was mostly raised by her strict grandparents. As a child, she was shy but observant. She used to watch people closely, especially how they spoke and behaved, which helped her later as an actress. Despite many hardships, Lucille developed a strong interest in acting and performing. When she was a teenager, she convinced her mother to send her to a drama school in New York City. However, her teachers did not see talent in her. They said she was too shy and not suited for the stage. Lucille was heartbroken but did not give up. She returned home and took up different small jobs, including working as a model and a factory worker. She kept trying until she finally got small roles in movies, even in Hollywood. Things were not easy for her. Many directors did not take her seriously. They thought she was too loud, too tall, or just not the right fit. But Lucille had a dream, and she was determined to prove everyone wrong. Her early life was full of pain and rejection, but it made her stronger and gave her the fire to succeed against all odds. Lucille Ball's journey to success was filled with many struggles and painful moments. After facing rejection in drama, school, she worked hard to enter the entertainment world. She started with modeling and then moved to Hollywood, but for many years, she was only given small or unimportant roles in movies. She was often overlooked and told she would never become a star. Many people in the industry did not believe in her talent. They thought she was too different and not fit for the glamorous world of Hollywood. In addition to her professional challenges, Lucille also faced many personal problems. Her marriage to Desi Arnaz, a Cuban musician and actor, was both beautiful and heartbreaking. They loved each other deeply, but their relationship was full of fights, misunderstandings, and pain. Desi's drinking habits and affairs hurt Lucille deeply, but she kept smiling in public. She did not want anyone to see her pain. Behind the scenes, she cried often and felt lonely, even while making others laugh. She also carried the heavy burden of being a female star in a male-dominated industry. She had to fight harder to be heard, to lead, and to create her own space. Even when she became successful, she had to work more than others to keep her position. There were moments when she felt tired, broken, and ready to give up, but she never did. Her pain became her power. Lucille Ball survived because she was strong, brave, and never stopped believing in herself. Now we talk about 6 things she loved the most. Number 1, performing and making people laugh. One of the things Lucille Ball loved the most in her life was performing and making people laugh. This was not just her job, it was her true passion. From a very young age, Lucille felt connected to the idea of entertaining others. When she was on stage or in front of a camera, she came alive. She said that hearing laughter gave her energy and made her feel complete. It was her way of healing, not only herself, but also the world around her. Lucille believed that comedy had the power to bring people together, even during difficult times. During the 1950s, when the world was going through wars, fear, and change, her show, I Love Lucy, became a safe space for millions of families. People would gather around their television just to see her funny expressions, silly jokes, and unforgettable timing. What made her comedy special was that it came from the heart. She did not try to be perfect. She allowed herself to be clumsy, messy, and real. That is what made her unforgettable. She once said that if she could make even one person laugh on a bad day, then her work was worth it. Lucille did not care about awards or fame as much as she cared about bringing joy. For her, laughter was a gift, and she gave it freely to the world. It was her first and deepest love, one that never left her side. Number 2, Desi Arnaz. Her first true love. Lucille Ball deeply loved Desi Arnaz. He was not only her husband, but also the first man who truly made her feel special. They met in 1940 while working on a movie, and there was an instant spark between them. Then Lucille was drawn to his charm, energy, and strong personality. Desi, a Cuban band leader, brought excitement into her life, and she fell in love quickly. Even though they came from very different worlds, their bond grew stronger with time. They got married the same year they met. And for Lucille, it felt like a dream come true. She once said that Desi made her laugh like no one else could. Together, they created I Love Lucy, one of the most famous shows in television history. The love between them on screen was real, and people could feel it. But behind the scenes, their marriage was full of pain and heartbreak. Desi struggled with alcohol and had many affairs. Lucille tried to fix things for many years, but it became too hard. In 1960, after 20 years of marriage, they got divorced. It broke her heart, but she still loved him, even years after their separation. Lucille spoke kindly about Desi. In her final interviews, she admitted that Desi was the love of her life. When he died in 1986, Lucille was heartbroken. She held on to his memory until her last day. No matter how much he hurt her, she never stopped loving him. He remained her one true love forever. Number 3, her children Lucy and Desi Jr. Lucille Ball loved her children more than anything in the world. Becoming a mother was one of the most important moments of her life. After many years of struggling to have children, Lucille finally gave birth to her daughter Lucy in 1951, and then to her son Desi Jr. in 1953. She once said that her children gave her a new reason to live. Even though she was a very busy actress and producer, she always tried to be a loving and present mother. Lucille believed that her biggest success was not in Hollywood, but in raising her children. She wanted to give them the love, care, and attention that she missed during her own childhood. Her deep bond with Lucy and Desi Jr. was clear to everyone who knew her. She protected them from the spotlight as much as she could. She did not want fame to affect their childhood. At home, she was not the big star. She was simply Mom. She helped with homework, gave advice, and always made time for them, even when she was tired or busy. Lucille supported her children in everything they did. Whether they wanted to act, sing, or take a different path, she stood beside them. She loved them unconditionally. In interviews, she often became emotional when speaking about them. For Lucille Ball, her greatest role was not Lucy Ricardo on screen, it was being a mother. Her children were her heart, and they meant everything to her. Number 4, her show I Love Lucy. Lucille Ball had a deep love for her television show, I Love Lucy. This show was more than just a job or a career move, it was her dream come true. When the show began in 1951, no one knew it would become one of the most important and loved shows in television history. But Lucille believed in it with all her heart. She worked hard every single day to make it perfect. She was not just the lead actress, she helped write the jokes, plan the scenes, and shape the entire program. Through this show, Lucille created something magical. People of all ages would gather in their living rooms, forget their problems, and laugh with her. She gave families joy, comfort, and a reason to smile during hard times. Lucille once said that hearing an audience laugh was the best sound in the world. It gave her strength and filled her heart. I Love Lucy also made history. It was the first show to show a pregnant woman on TV, and it was the first time a real-life married couple played a married couple on screen. The show broke rules, opened doors, and changed television forever. Lucille took great pride in this. Even after the show ended, Lucille spoke about it with love and emotion. She called it the happiest time of her life. It gave her everything: fame, success, and a place in people's hearts. I Love Lucy was not just a show, it was her legacy. Number 5. Loyalty to her friends and fans. Lucille Ball was known for her deep loyalty to the people she loved, especially her close friends and fans. Even after becoming one of the biggest stars in the world, she never forgot the people who stood beside her during the hard times. She always remembered the kindness of those who helped her when she was just starting her career. And she stayed grateful all her life. She built strong friendships in Hollywood and treated her co-stars and crew with respect and kindness. People who worked with her often said that she was honest, generous, and protective. She stood up for her friends even when it was risky. She once helped her longtime friend Vivian Vance, who played Ethel in I Love Lucy, get a better contract because she believed Vivian deserved it. Lucille never let success change her heart. Her love for her fans was just as strong. She received thousands of letters every month, and she tried to answer as many as she could. When fans met her in person, she greeted them warmly. She truly cared about how people felt, and she always thanked them for their support. Lucille believed her success was because of the people who watched her and loved her. To Lucille's, friendship and loyalty were not small things. They were sacred. Whether it was a friend from her early years or a fan she had never met, she treated everyone with the same warmth. Her heart was as big as her talent. Number 6. Her freedom and independence. Lucille Ball deeply valued her freedom and independence. In her early life, she faced many people trying to control her, from strict family members to studio executives who thought they knew what was best for her. For many years, she followed what others told her to do. But as she grew stronger and more confident, she began to fight for her own voice. Gaining her independence was not easy, but it became one of the things she loved the most in her life. In 1962, after her divorce from Desi Arnaz, Lucille made history by becoming the first woman to run a major television studio, Desi Productions. It was a bold step in a world where women were rarely allowed to lead. She made important decisions, hired people, and produced hit shows like Star Trek and The Untouchables. She proved that she was not just a funny actress, but also a smart and powerful businesswoman. Lucille often said that freedom gave her peace. She could finally make her own choices, follow her heart, and live life on her own terms. Whether it was choosing her roles, managing her work, or spending time alone. She loved the feeling of being in control of her own life. In her later years, she looked back proudly at what she had achieved, not just fame, but self-respect. Her independence made her feel alive and whole. It was a love that gave her strength, pride, and a sense of true happiness. Lucille Ball was more than just a comedian. She was a woman of strength, passion, and deep love. Behind her bright smile was a heart that had known pain, loss, and struggle, but she never gave up. The things she loved, laughter, Desi, her children, her show, her loyal friends, and her freedom, were the treasures that shaped her life. Through every challenge, she stood tall with grace and courage. Her story reminds us that true beauty lies not in perfection, but in love, loyalty, and never letting go of who you truly are.